Brad, always a huge match against the Waratahs in Sydney. You don't need reminding what happened in Sydney last year. How much does that feed into the mentality of this week?
Always tough games down there, so it'll be no different. They're a proud group down there, proud coaches, and these Queensland New South Wales games sort of almost stand apart from the regular sort of comp. So yeah, it'll be a tough one, and they'll be ripping in, and we'll be going down there to get a job done too for Queensland.
Do you have to make sure the psyche of the team's right, given the form that they're in versus the form you're in?
We've been trying to focus here more on just ourselves, so you're not necessarily, you're just respecting every opponent, but like get your own house in order. That's sort of been our mindset, and as you know, the last 3 games especially, we haven't felt like we've gone anywhere near putting an 80-minute performance together. So that's our challenge, getting our own game right, and obviously massive respect to your opponent. But yeah, we've got a lot to improve on, so yeah.
Given the rivalry, do you take any happiness or pleasure in their struggles?
No, definitely not, especially as a coach. Rob Penny, you probably may not realise, I actually played under Rob in New Zealand, so I know him reasonably well, and he's a good guy. And when times are tough, you don't wish that on anyone. Obviously they're involved with their program, you're involved with yours, but you have these times when it's hard going, and sometimes it feels like nothing's going your way, and I reckon probably every coach has times where they go through that, and you understand that that's a tough period of time, and you wish them well, but in the meantime you sort of I'm just focused on our guys and what we're trying to do here, and there's a tough game coming up on Saturday. In the last 3 years we've gone down there, we haven't got what we wanted, so yeah.
Is this another hoodoo, for want of a better word, for you guys to tick off, like you won in Canberra for the first time in 7 years? A couple of weeks ago, I think you went down there, the first time you won in Sydney for maybe 8 years. Is that something you're ticking off?
Not, I guess until you've said that, I just know we haven't had success there since I've been here. Sort of mainly focusing on, I guess, my own or our involvement. So, but yeah, it'd be great to get a result down there, no question. Like I said, they're going to be, focused. They'll be they're putting on the blue jersey and wear their traditional rivals. They're our traditional rivals, so he's hoping there's a really good contest, and it's another great game between Queensland and New South Wales.
Where and when did you play under Rob?
Canterbury, NPC, I think it was back then. It's now ITM, but yeah, we had a good year with him in 2004. We won the title that year, and I went back and played for him at different times in my second stint as well. As an All Black, I always wanted to go back and get it 2-3 games in for Canterbury, so it was always enjoyable going in with him there. And this is a guy who's coached for 20 plus years, maybe longer. Great success in New Zealand. I think he was doing a great job in Munster. He's been in Japan, so it's an experience. He's an experienced coach, Matt Cobain, all the guys down there, Jason Gilmore, the different guys. You have these times where it can be tough, but that can turn around as well. From our side of things, like I said, our focus has been on us, and like I said, we haven't been happy where we've been at. Yes, it's been good getting those results, but there's been some fortunate results there, and we've got to get better at our stuff. So. Yeah. Well, Harry's had a massive year. Hadn't played until round 1 last year, and played every game. Wallabies as well, he's involved heavily, he's come in this year. And so you got that side of it. Also, Seru has been outstanding, had a huge pre-season, and he's earned the right to get an opportunity. You saw him at lock. He can play anywhere in the, lock, number 6, number 8. So here's an opportunity for him at 8. And he's earned that right, I feel. And as you can see, Harry's obviously still in the squad and he's valued. And so, yeah.
And with Blythe, obviously I imagine with Ryan, it's the opportunity.
Yep, same.
He's going out of the 23. Is that a rotation thing? A bloke who's played plenty of footy as well?
I guess you got Seru who can play in the row. You got Angus Scott Young who can play in the row. Plus you got Lucan and Ryan. So obviously Harry there, but Sam Wallis as well. We would like to see what he can deliver. He deserves that. He's worked his ass off for a year and a half. He was actually on the bench. I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks ago, didn't get that opportunity. Tough luck, that's pro sport, But he gets, hopefully he'll get another opportunity, and he's a tough soldier, and he's a great guy, and he's deserving of his chance as well.
Just a bit more on Sam. What do you like about him? I've heard he's the type of guy that you love to play with, probably hate to play against.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that sometimes can be annoying at training. They're 100% men, and which is great. You want some of those guys in your team. Owen Franks, the Franks brothers were like that. Different guys. Shane Webke was like that. You want to have a few of those guys in your team, and they just train how they play, and he plays 100%. He's a good athlete, athletically. Speed is power, and he's tough, and he loves to compete. So that's I like. For me, I like tough. Soldiers. Rugby players. Work rate, physicality. He ticks those boxes.
Speaking of tough, that Brandon Paenga-Amosa back in the starting lineup, obviously he's deserved that opportunity.
Same again, but those two are probably a little bit different. They're like often you see me play them, 40 each. It's almost, you could start either one. But yeah, it's an opportunity for Brandon. He's been chipping away, came back from an injury, and he's really brought telling when he's come on, and Muff will do the same. They're good mates, and they sort of work together. I feel that for us is a strength, having those two guys, and some of the guys in the background. You've got Josh Nasser pushing his case, and also Richie Asiata as well, who can play loosehead and hooker. So, yeah.
Ryan Smith's a pretty special story, like a bloke who started in 5th or 6th grade at Brothers, and literally, when you say worked your way up, like he literally worked his way up from almost the lowest team at Brothers, and just coming in here and sort of been happy to just be here. Like he's worked hard, he gets around all the off-field stuff.
Nothing's been given to him, has it? So, and he's got a trade. Worked hard 3-4 years, and he's got his ute. He was working through last year as well as almost that sort of amateur, semi-professional thing. He brings real energy to the group. But yeah, he did. He was in 5th grade. He was in. He had a lot more weight on him back then, and it's just a great story. And those guys, they don't take their position for granted. They're hungry. They know what hard work is. They know what turning up 9 to 5 job, or earlier as a tradie, you're probably up at 5, aren't you? And he's dynamic. He's done he's very raw, and we've been trying to refine him. And I think you're seeing some real through all his hard work, some good refinement in him. His line-out work's improved immensely. His work around the park, so really pleased for Ryan.
You had, some issues in the line-out when you played against Waratahs last year down in Sydney. Do you feel, without Angus Blythe there, that you're equipped in the line-out? Lucan obviously did well there last weekend. You've got Ryan, as you said, raw and improving as a line-out guy. Do you think that
We got Seru, who was outstanding in the early rounds in the line. He played at lock. Angus Scott Young, he's been calling at 6. So the line out, we put a lot of effort into it, and we don't just have 2 guys. We like to have 4 capable guys, at least across the pack. And so the thing for Ryan is just to do his job. So it's that simple. We don't need anything extra or special. Just do your job. Get out there as a lock forward. Do your basic core skills around your set piece, and then it's just that work rate and that physicality. It's so simple. So yeah.
I understand Ryan fixed Damien Marsh's air conditioner a couple of weeks back. That had nothing to do with selection of his first starting spot.
That actually has a big part to do with it. But especially because I've had a few problems at home with mine. But no, that's good information, mate. Did Marshy tell you that? Yeah. So it might have been, could have been something in there as well. Hey.
Just on Angus Scott Young, obviously 50 caps. Sometimes when you're the son of a Queensland rugby grade or an ex-Wallaby, it can be hard to step out of that shadow. He's done pretty well in his own right, hasn't he?
Oh, so proud for Angus, and to play 50 against the traditional rivals. He's into his 4th year, start of his 4th year. So it's pretty quick. He's amassed, I got those guys in there. They were like 19, 20, 0 caps, back in 2018. And, I didn't tell them that it was crazy. I was throwing them out there. I just said, go out and go to work, And you get these young veterans now. That's the reward. You get, your Taties in the 40s caps, Liam Wright, Scott Youngs, all these different guys now have around that 40 to 60 sort of cap range, which is, I think, a positive, something we're aiming. I was looking at for. So yeah, he's got his 50th, and last year, if you think about just character, he spent a lot of time coming off. He was a finisher a lot of time last year. That's not easy when you've been a starter for 2 years previous. Didn't complain, didn't whinge, and knew the importance of that role in the team anyway. But just worked hard over the pre-season. Had an injury. His work around the breakdowns just improved. As a strength for us. His carry, his leadership, like he's added calling lineouts to what he does. So, yeah, really pleased for him and looking to get a good result. Hopefully with him part of it. And, it's just a good thing.
He's probably in an unenviable position of filling that hole, doing well, but for Wrongas while he's injured, and when Wrongas is back, he looks like the one you'd think will slip out, but he's given you a fair headache in terms of selection, how you juggle the back row or bench combination.
Yeah, I guess what you've seen with Seru, Seru's been playing well. He's been doing well. He's got that opportunity. So at 8, so I'm just saying that jersey demands that I be loyal to the jersey, and the team. So it's not about who. There's good competition there, and you got Scotty, you got Wilson, you got Seru. When Liam comes back, you got Fraser. Sam Wallis is hopefully going to put his case forward. You got Twainer, and so you have combinations and stuff like that. But you have the form is important. The guys are playing good footy, and you have to earn the right to wear that jersey. So nothing's a certainty. All I know is at the moment, Angus Scott Young's been playing really good rugby this year, and right now, at this time going forward, he's earned the right to wear that 6 jersey. So what happens down the track, we'll have to play that out. But nothing's a certainty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.